Right now, Dragon Ball fans are literally sleeping on the collectible that everyone should have. I was hooked on this a few years ago, but life got busy and I recently started collecting again. If Dragon Ball lives in your head and you find yourself throwing Kamehamehas and you're tired of the Pokemon hype, this is for you. In this video, I will show you why the Dragon Ball Super card game is an amazing collectible even if you don't play or never plan to play. The game was first released in 2017 by Bandai with the first set, Galactic Battle. I tried getting into it at the time, but I was in the army and where I was stationed, the player base was very low, like almost non-existent low. But I still have the very first starter deck that I bought. It's still sealed. The very first one that ever came out, which is going for a decent price. I even made a couple of YouTube videos with my kid in 2019. They got a few hundred views, but as I mentioned, life got busy after I left the army and I simply stopped. I'm finally getting back into the game, or at least into collecting, after seeing the cards from the manga booster set. And quite honestly, I'm also tired of the Pokemon hype. And if you look at my videos, I have far more Dragon Ball stuff in the background. It's something that I've loved since 1999 as a kindergartner. Not saying I didn't enjoy Pokemon, but simply put, I fucking love Dragon Ball. So the Dragon Ball card game currently has what you'd call two formats. You have Masters, which is the legacy one that started in 2017 and continues today. And you also have Fusion World, which Bandai created to simplify the game for new players, support a digital game, and carry over some of the success from One Piece. It's not something you should worry about unless you plan on playing the game. If your goal is to collect like me, both have amazing artwork from the entire Dragon Ball universe. This means OG Dragon Ball Z, GT, Daima, Heroes, and the several unique characters from the video game storylines. So why is it slept on? Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Take the spotlight. They own the mainstream even though Dragon Ball fanbase is one of the largest in the anime world. It gets less coverage and fewer thumbnails on YouTube. That's good and bad. The lack of attention doesn't help the player base that eagerly wants more players to join, but on the flip side, the fewer eyes can mean better cards for less money. That is an opportunity for you, the collector, who values nostalgia and beautiful card design, to get your hand on those cards. It's true, Dragon Ball has gone through a fair share of card companies since the 90s. It started in Japan with Cardass. In the early 2000s, Score printed the TCG. Later, Panini in the mid-2010s. And now, Bandai. But by far, Bandai has been the best at managing the game. They know how to print great cards. You can take most of the cards from Dragon Ball Super and the design and energy bring you back to a specific moment from the anime. Like, gives you that emotion just by looking at these cards. You can collect by arc or by character. If you want, create a Cell Saga page, a Gohan transformation page, a Frieza saga that spreads from his arrival form as, small Frieza, whatever you want to call it, to his final form. Build a binder that reads from your favorite chapters. Maybe you build a Vegeta page. You set the rules for your collection. You do not need the rules of the game to enjoy this. Pick a theme that makes you want to open the binder. Then stick to it. Character paths give you identity. If you choose the saga path, it gives you a narrative. Rarity path gives a clean, consistent look. There is no wrong answer. Pick the one that makes you smile. The barrier of entry is very small. You can get most special rares or super rares from cents to a few dollars. You don't need to start with a secret or god rare that can fetch hundreds. I do want to take a moment to talk about sealed boxes. Older sealed Dragon Ball Super product is not sitting on shelves anymore. Print runs were smaller than the giant competitors. A lot was opened and gone. That creates scarcity. If you're someone who likes collecting sealed product, I highly recommend you jump into the older sets ASAP. If you look at TCG Player, there's a very limited amount. Even the most recent products like the manga booster don't have a bunch available. You could check online. Dragon Ball is literally one viral moment away from exploding in price. Liking and commenting the video lets me know that you like this type of content. And if you don't, tell me what you hate about it or what you don't like. Thank you. The reality is, you don't need to learn how to play to enjoy the hobby. While the character pool is tighter than Pokemon, Magic, or Yu-Gi-Oh!, there are so many arcs, sagas, artists, styles, and textures of the cards that make each card so unique and special.